Hey, welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm taking you guys on a ride that I did with the SR group. SR group means every fortnight on the at the Narrows Bridge, and they go for a Freo river loop. It's a pretty fast-paced ride. They usually have about 2 or 3 groups. The slow guys, the medium, and the fast group that usually leaves first. So you're going to see firsthand the groups. And today's ride was interesting. So watch as I suffer. I leave last and try to bridge to the main group, which I do, and burn out my legs because, well, someone had a wet dream, and looks like it did affect his performance. So anyway, enjoy the video. So I don't have telemetry on the video yet, trying to figure out how to get it done. If you do know how to get telemetry on, well, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm gonna have some commentary as we go along in the video. So it's the first time I'm gonna do commentary. Gonna be interesting, gonna be fun. And a quick shout out rather to all you guys in Singapore and Malaysia. Can't wait to see you guys in a couple of weeks. Yeah, see you and enjoy the video. It is almost 6:10 a.m. in the morning, and I'm running behind. I am trying to head to Applecross today to meet a mate at 6:40 latest, to hit the Narrows by 7 a.m. for a start with the SR group. Got some really strong riders there. Used to ride with them a lot until I stopped riding for a while and couldn't ride. So now that I'm joining them, my goal today is to really hang on and not get dropped. They've got a few trains. They've got the pain train, the fast guys, the sushi train, and the gravy train. So we'll see where the legs go. And yeah, basically this ride, this vlog, is all about joining this group, one of the groups in Perth that you can join. Lots of different cycling groups, yeah, so I'm just gonna take you guys for a ride, and hopefully we'll make it on time. So I'm taking Leach Highway instead of the small roads to hopefully get there a little bit quicker. We'll see. Taking the road has saved me at least 15-20 minutes. I'm almost at Applecross, and it's what, 6:08? It's 6:22. Do the math, Nat. 14 minutes. That's pretty quick. Yeah. Here we are. That's the meeting point on the right. Gonna wait here for Herman, and then we'll head off to the Narrows together. So Raffles here at Applecross is a place where lots of riders like to meet up in the morning. It's a good meet-up place, pretty central, I would say. Don't kill me if you live really far away, but yeah, it's a place where lots of cyclists meet up. So right here, see, just outside the Raffles Hotel. For what it's worth, the Raffles Hotel is not a bad venue for a wedding. Pretty nice. rooms are nice. They've got the nice ballroom space upstairs. Yeah, and the area around here in Applecross, perfect for post-ceremony photos. So you can get your portraits taken here. It's nice. Okay, it's I've been waiting here for like 20 minutes, and it is a little bit concerning because if I don't rock up at the Narrows, the ride is off. I won't be able to jump onto the train at all. I've messaged my mate. I'm not gonna name and shame, but he hasn't replied yet. Hopefully he arrives in the next 5 minutes or so. If not, I've got to make a decision whether to try to ride to Narrows or ride home. Oh, just as I turned off the camera, he called. So yeah, that's good. He said he's just parked, so he should be here very soon. Look at that beautiful background. Absolutely stunning this morning, eh? So hey, this is Herman.
Hi.
Yeah, so he's finally here, and we've got about 18 minutes to get to Narrows, so...
That's really fun. It's like
okay.
Everything, all the cold weather, everything's like so cold, man.
It is cold, it is cold.
Yes, and my watch still asleep, so...
So I'm a bit curious, I think about 9 or 10 degrees.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, it doesn't feel as frosty as yesterday. Yesterday was absolutely freezing. I think it was like 6 degrees or something. Herman, when was the last time you rode?
2 or 3 weeks ago.
So you're going to be on a pain train today?
Yeah, pain train.
Pain train today, it's going to be fun. Gonna be fun.
Oh.
I think the goal is just to hang on, right?
Hang on, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, hang on.
That's it.
Good, how do you?
Alright.
Hello.
The group is pretty big today.
Hello.
I remember when SR first started and SR group, we were no more than I think about 10 people, but now it's grown to a massive group.
Alright, I'll stick with you then.
So we're just getting onto the bikes. As you can see, some people have already crossed the road and they are headed off down Mounts Bay. So the whole route basically goes from Narrows to round Freo, and there is a rest point at Christchurch. So that's the first place where everyone's going to stop. The group gets split here. Some of the faster guys already go off. Look carefully at the jerseys. You notice them later on. And so I'm here with Herman and some of the other guys at the back. And I'm actually wondering whether I was going to go forward and link up with the guys in front who are already pulling away at least 150 meters away. But I told Herman that I'd stay with him, so I was in two minds. My legs were feeling kind of wobbly, not super strong. I'd like to think that it's because of my ride yesterday, but also 5 a.m. this morning. You know what happened. So legs were feeling a little bit wobbly, I think, and so I was just going slow, letting the guys pull away. I thought, you know what, this is gonna be just a nice chill ride, and we'll see where this goes. So the group ahead have already disappeared round where the Swan Brewery is. They've gone so quick. and the two guys in front of me have also gone on pretty far. At this point, I'm thinking to myself, do I wait or do I go? I'm still cruising at around 28 k's an hour, maybe about 30, not that quickly. You can see in my Wahoo it's still in the green, which just means that I'm in, like, right now it looks like I'm in zone 1. Just cruising zone, yeah, pulling up okay in the red. Whenever you see the red, it's going to be at around the 250 watt mark or more. What I just did, I looked back and I saw that the whole group were behind me. Someone shouted all on, and so I started to pick up speed to try to bridge across. And so I'm picking up speed here, going at about, pulling up to about 38, 40 k's an hour. And I thought, yep, we'll be able to bridge across at about 40 k's an hour. So the guys, as you can see, quite far in front, about 100 meters away in front of me. They're about two and a half lampposts away, so that's pretty far. And so we're going, and legs are still feeling good at this point. Got my hands on the hoods, just tucked in, trying to get into an aero position, and just spinning my legs, doing around about high 200s, low 300 watts to keep the pace high. I think I was doing about 42 k's an hour at this point, just going. As you can see, it wasn't very windy at all, and there are two ways you can actually look at if it's windy or not. First way is to look at the trees, and if you see the leaves really moving, you know that the wind is really strong. If there's a slight headwind or a crosswind, you won't be able to see much movement in the trees. But what you can look for if there's water is look at the water, and if the water is still like a mirror, you know that there's no wind. In this case, there was a slight breeze coming in from the side, so it was a bit of a very slight headwind. So still pushing here, still doing higher number of watts, and as you can see, the gap is closing. I have more than halved the distance at this point, and looks like we're going to catch them pretty soon. Keep going, and my legs are still feeling pretty alright. I had a good rest, sitting behind the wheels from Applecross to the Narrows. We made it in such quick time. It was quite crazy, really. Those guys were pushing it. I could have gone to the front to push a little bit harder, but I thought, yeah, I'll save my matches for the actual ride. So here I am, almost bridging across to them. And yeah, this was, at this point, they slowed. I don't know if they slowed down or I started to tire. And I was like, why am I not actually catching them? I was hoping to catch them before the Blue Boat House so I could actually sit in the draft, conserve some energy, but that would not happen. My legs are still feeling quite tired, but I'm pushing because it's so close and yet so far. Like, close enough, just a couple of bike lengths ahead, probably like 20 meters, it's not much at all. I thought to myself, well, there's going to be the traffic light, people are going to turn left, and as you can see, we're going pretty fast. The first group is already in sight. That means they slowed down a little bit, which is great. It means we could probably catch up, but there's still a good 150 meters up the road, so a lot of catching up to do. As you can see, they're starting to make a left turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. At least half a minute ahead. At least half a minute. So there's a lot of time to make up. At this point, I am actually wondering what happened to the group behind. I was pulling them or not. I turned back and have a look and go like, oh, those guys are all gone. Snap, should I wait? Because they weren't super far away. If I wait about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, they probably have caught up and will be able to go. And then I go like, snap. Don't know what to do. Just slowing down, watching the guys in front of me go and peel away, and I'm like, snap, I just burned all my matches. I'm doing over 250 watts now. I'm going to headwind. And then suddenly on my right, if you see, a guy in a Pinarello just shows up, clears his nose. I see all the spray happening. Thankfully he's on that side, he doesn't spray me, and I go like, okay, I'm gonna jump onto this guy's wheel. He's going fast, and I don't know how long he's gonna last. He would last for very long, and he'll be a fantastic wheel to follow. And so I jumped on his wheel, and off we went. I'm gonna call this guy Italian Blue Gilet, so Mr. Blue Gilet. Mate, if you're watching this video, you are an absolute legend. You pulled me all the way, connecting back to the front group, and can't thank you enough. It was hard to follow his tail, even though I was in his draft. I was still doing the excess of 240, 250 watts. At some points, when the incline went up a little bit, doing over 400 watts for sustained periods. And so here at the roundabout, we finally catch those two guys who were right in front of me, the guys I could not catch. And here he goes like, nah, these guys are going way too slow. Zoom right past them. And so here we go, past one, and go past the next guy as well, Mr. Red Sox. We go, and those two guys at the back try to hang on. The front group is in sight, and looking at them, I was thinking, wow, at the rate we're going about 42 k's an hour. We would probably catch them before we went up that short and steep hill just ahead. So what's going to happen is that we're going to go straight through this roundabout, and then at the next roundabout it will be a left turn. But that left turn would take us past some shops, and we'll be able to actually see that short climb and see what happens. So I'm hanging onto his wheel here in his draft, and I'm going, this is absolutely great, absolutely flying. He turns around, sees me, and goes like, damn it, I'm gonna drop this guy. Who the heck is this guy? And the this Asian guy, I'm gonna drop him. And he actually pushes harder. He goes harder, and so I have to go harder as well. But I'm happy, you know, going faster, and chances of me catching up with the main group, fantastic. From the gravy train all the way to the pain train, well, if I'm gonna get a tow, I'm gonna be super happy. So he's like my super domestique. I'm going, and yeah, left turn over here, and I see the guys in front. You can see all the red blinkers there, and I'm going like, all right, we're gonna catch them at the hill. And he's going. You can see low cadence, lots of power. This guy is at least 50 years old. At least 50. I am 40, this guy's 50, but he is fit as a fiddle. The amount of power he's putting out as well, absolutely amazing. Mate, if you're watching the video, once again, let me shout your coffee or a beer. Would love to sit down and have a chat with you about your Pinarello Dogma 60.1 or 60.5, I'm not sure, but or 65.1. And anyway, here we go. Overtake one guy who got stopped. He couldn't clip back in at the roundabout. Gets dropped. And the incline, as you can see, is coming right up ahead. I'm still behind Mr. Blue Gilet, so you can't really see it. But I'm going to come across a little bit shortly, and you'll be able to see the incline. And I was actually wondering to myself, how much power is he going to put out climbing up this one? Because at this speed, if we're going to maintain it, you need to push at least 400 watts. Maybe low 500s or high 400s to get up. And so the climb is just about starting, and we're going. Guys at the front are slowing down, pedaling up the hill. The gradient here is about 9-10%, so it's short, but it is steep enough. So people are climbing. He gets out of the saddle. I'm still sitting down, spinning my legs because I tried to get out of the saddle, but my legs just went through. Yep. So we go past one guy, and then make a left turn at the top, right here, and everyone is whacked. That one really killed it, and everyone sort of slows down. So our Blue Gilet here takes himself up and puts himself in second wheel, just in front of the ride leader, just behind the ride leaders, and I continue to take his wheel. So we're cruising. He's not sure what to do because he's not part of the group, the SR group, social riders, but honestly I think it should be renamed to serious riders, just because it's always a smash fest. So Blue Gilet here decides, okay, it's not really quick enough, but he still wants to get some grabs, so he moves up. I move up along right behind him and tuck myself into the group. We're going to abreast, and so right here I'm sitting on third wheel on the right hand side, and we're just going. Blue Gilet here is maintaining a really good pace. You notice he does not freewheel, and that is something that's really good. He knows how to control his pedals. He knows how to control his cadence and choose the right gearing so that he doesn't freewheel. In fact, he's like still soft pedaling even though he could freewheel. Absolutely love it. You see the guy on the left hand side? He keeps freewheeling, and it gets a bit annoying. If you were right behind him, you'll notice that there'll be the rubber band effect, going forward, going back, going forward, going back. But Mr. Blue Gilet here, he maintains a good cadence. Oh, he actually stopped for a while on a descent here. So we were really just cruising. I think about probably 40 k's an hour. Just going, slowly catching up to the guys in front. And we're just going, and I'm actually thinking to myself, is he gonna stay and rest up behind, or is he going to just gun it? Because the speed we were at was really good. It was a good pace. We're 40 k's an hour. No one's complaining. That's a great pace. We're still going. Go past these guys on the left, and still going. My legs are feeling a little bit spiced up and burned at the moment. I've been in the red a little bit because my FTP is 129 from the last time I tested about 9 weeks ago. I'm sure it's gone up by then. I still haven't taken my rep test yet. I promise I will soon. I've been procrastinating. The anxiety is real. But here we've been going way over 200 watts all the way. And just pushing. I'm a small guy. I'm 65 kilos, 65, 66, depending on which scales I'm on. And we're just going, and everything seems fine and dandy for now. We're still cruising, but Blue Gilet guy will be taking the front soon. The guys at the front are starting to tire out a little bit, and they also want to get in the draft because there's a Strava segment at the end just before we stop at the rest point. It goes downhill, then it goes up, and it turns to the right, and then it goes up to the left. a little bit tough. Takes it out of you. The riders at the front right now go like, oh, we don't want to pull anymore. Can you guys take over? Can someone come through? Blue Gilet guy looks around. He goes like, okay, I'm gonna come up. So I come through, hold his wheel, and he really ramps it up. We go up. I think straight away he puts us in the pain cave. 40 plus k's an hour again, increasing, and the whole group is strung out, no longer in twos. I looked back and I was like, oh, okay, no more pairs. It's strung out. We take the corner. It's a fast one, and continue the pace. One of the guys will slowly pull up to the left later on. You'll see. But Blue Gilet guy is just powering through. Low cadence, high power. I don't have that kind of power, and so you can see me spinning like mad. My cadence is like high 90s, close to 100. I'm just going. We're powering through, and at this point my legs are also still feeling really tired. One of the things that I really admire about the guy in front, Blue Gilet, he is just an absolute machine. Older guy, but still so strong. I'm sure he's just super fit. When I get to his age, I want to be as fit as him, if not more fit than him on the way there. So yellow gilet guy comes up to the left, starts to do, well, doesn't really come all the way up to the front, but follows Mr. Blue Gilet as well. Everyone's back in pairs at this point. The guy on the left you can't see yet, but he's actually right up there as well. we're getting to the point where the sprint is about to happen. We're going to take a right here, and I think it goes uphill a little bit before it goes down again. And so here, Blue Gilet is really putting the power on. We're doing, and I look down at the power, and it's like 380 watts, just going, really pushing it. The guys at the back must be enjoying the draft. We see guys in the front which we will eventually catch because we're absolutely flying here. Absolutely flying. Just going and gunning. My legs are starting to burn, but I'm just trying to hold on to the wheel because I know if I just ease up, I would get dropped and spat out the back almost immediately. You'll see guys all around, and I'm thinking like, okay, Nat, you just gotta hang on and push through. When you gotta put down the watts for that final climb, just do it. It's not gonna last too long. Best good 30-second power will get you all the way up to the top. And so this is where we start to go downhill before that climb, I believe. And we're just speeding up. You can see Blue Gilet just starting to increase his cadence because it's downhill. You can see our speed is going up. We're getting strung out. Going down. 40 k's an hour. Going down, and we start to get around these guys in front. Incredibly beautiful ride today. I was in the pain cave, but mate, it was so good. I couldn't have asked for a better day to go this fast on the ride. It's been so long since I've been riding at this speed, and I was just thoroughly enjoying it. You know how it is when you've been there and then you've not been there, and then you've been there again, and it's so familiar, and it's almost like the speed is embracing you and saying, you know, I've missed you, welcome back. It's great to have you back. Sprint point is just coming around, and I remember when I used to race with the boys, CLR, we used to ride this route, and we'd do a lead out here, and I'll be led out and sprint all the way up. So fun. And so I think the segment starts just about this junction, and you can see the guys starting to come through left, right. Let's see. We take the corner. Yep, there we go. Those guys want to sprint, but because this whole section was an uphill, they've been sprinting from the back, and you can see that some of the guys are just tiring out. They're pushing. Blue Gilet guy maintains a constant pressure on the pedals, maintains a staying seated and just pushing down the power, and we eventually overtake this guy who overtook us as well and catch up with the rest. There we go, another one comes through. But hey, we're not far away. We've been pushing, and we've done really well. So right here, this is where I tell myself, mate, good job. But from the pain train, it's time to drop to the gravy train, and so that is what I did. Enjoy the rest of the video, man. No more commentary from here, just the video, some music, and the site. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe. That was quite painful. Left with the guys at the end. Went out with the guys at the front, so not too bad. Hey. So I put myself on the pain train just now, and now I'm downgrading to the gravy train. Let's go. Back up. So, was it Monica?
Yeah, Monica.
Yeah, Herman, Monica, and I have decided to take the shortcut. So this is the crew gravy train ride. Ah, great. Beautiful morning. Put myself on the pain train and then gravy train. Perfect balance, yin and yang. Bye.